Good morning and welcome to episode 3 of Coffee Morning. We have a new host. Her name is Dilly and she will be here for probably about 2 minutes before she goes off. Good morning and welcome. It was asked that Dilly make an appearance last week and we recorded the whole episode and then something went a bit wrong and we lost all the footage. So by that point she was totally bored. Excuse me, do you mind sitting down? Yeah, let's just sit down. Good girl. Good morning. Now I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. Welcome back to the third edition of Coffee Morning. I hope you're all well. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's get on and let's have a look at some of these projects. First up, mug of the day is the Back to Front Animals by Arthur Wood. You have a sheep bum on the back. I have got no idea where this mug came from. I've had it for a long time, but it's very cute. Updates. I have been working on the humulus. Let me get it. Oh, and first of all, yes, it is living in the new bag. Check this one out. It's got little foxes on, little squirrels and owls, and it's lined with leaves. And yeah, made it with loads of scraps, fat quarters that I had. I believe that this fabric actually came in a fat quarter pack from Aldi's again. And I'd had them in the drawer for goodness knows how long for a project that is long forgotten about. So yes, I made this huge sweater sized bag to fit in my humulus. So, let's get her out. It's been a really, really enjoyable knit. I've finished the colour work. I'm now on the stocking stitch body, basically. Just round and round we'll go. Let's get this organised. So I split the arms. And now I'm working down the body. And this is how it's looking. Really, really pleased with it. Love the colourways, how they work together. I love the stitch definition. It's nice and soft. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting this one finished. As I say, the rest of the body, I've got about 6 inches left of the body to do. Then I'll try it on and see what the length is. And that is one of the beautiful things about doing a top-down sweater, is that you can actually try it on and make sure that it's where you want it to be in the body before you cast off. So many times I think with a traditional sort of bottom up sweater or cardigan, whatever, you knit to pattern and forget that pattern is, I always look at a pattern as a guide to size, because we're not all the same. Some of us have short bodies, long legs, short bodies. I've got short legs, short body. So to be able to try it on and say, okay, I fancy another couple of inches on there, and it's not going to alter the pattern design, I think is brilliant. So that's why I like a good top down. We have a top down sweater going on in the 28 Days of Love Cal. If you haven't had a look, and have a peek at that. So yeah, this is the humulus. It's growing nicely. I'm really, really happy with it. The acrylic Aldi's yarn, let's talk about that for a second. it's great. It's not splitting. It's got a really nice stitch definition. It's nice and soft. Perfect. Perfect. And it really is. It's just working up so nicely. So I'm really chuffed with it. And let me just grab you the pattern. I'm doing this. Needles are a 4mm Knit Pro Symphony interchangeable. And the pattern, where's that front page? It's on Ravelry. It's the Humulus. There we go. That's it there. So not too far to go on the body, and then it will be onto the sleeves. Excuse me while I pick my bag up. Right, let's get that one put away. Thank you, Dilly. So that's Miss Humulus. Now, slight tangent on the Humulus, but it is connected. A couple of nights ago, John got home from work. He'd had a really busy day. He was absolutely shattered. He was going to have an early night. So I did as all of us knitters, crocheters, whatever do, is just one more row and then I'll be up. And the one more row turned into a couple of inches. But I was watching a documentary on Henry VIII on PBS, and it was really good. So I was in the zone. I was knitting away. I was watching history. It was quiet. There was me, Dilly, nobody else. It was silent. All bar this documentary on the televisions. Knitting away quite happily. At Christmas, I got John a Google Home gadget thing, little speaker thing, and it sits on the side and we play music through it, and it's really good, really fun thing to have. But I'm sat knitting away, minding my own business, in the quiet, watching my documentary with the dog and my knitting. Out of nowhere, Google Home says she doesn't understand. I don't understand that. I jumped so high, I lost about 40 stitches off the Humulus. Needless to say, Google Home is now in timeout because I was petrified. I was actually shaking. It's the second time it's done it. I think it just hates me. But it's in timeout. I'm not speaking to it. I'm not going to use it for a full week. And if it interrupts me or makes me jump again, it will definitely be in permanent timeout. So Google Home, I love it. It's a great concept. But why does it suddenly turn on and tell me it doesn't understand things? Anyway, small tangent. Granny stripe. Where are we with the granny stripe? Now, we know that I was in a bit of a conundrum about where I was going to go with this granny stripe, because I wanted to stash dive it, and I had crocheted up 2 balls of Boston colourway, King Cole Drifter in the Boston colourway, and it's really long. I'm really pleased with it, loved it. But I did the 2 balls, and I knew it wouldn't be long enough, but anyway, I found, let's turn that off. I found 2 balls in my stash. One was this Rooster alpaca 4-ply, and one was this sort of orangey merino. I'm pretty sure it's merino. I still can't remember what this is. Stuart will know. Stuart of the WoolPatch in Long Melford. I got this from you. It was in the pretty box with the tissue paper, and I can't remember what it is. Gorgeous. It's really lovely, but I only had the 1 ball. So what I have done, I've taken the plunge, and I'll get my hook out. What I have completed so far, and there's not a lot of work been done on this, but the the drifter row finishes here with this orange, and then I've done 4 rows of the blue grey rooster, held double because this is 4-ply and it was really fine, so it was all a bit floppy. And so I've done 4 rows of the rooster, and then 2 rows of the orange mystery yarn. And I think that's gonna be kind of the way I'll go back, because there's more yardage in this than there is in this. So what I will now do is, I think I'll do 2 rows of this, and then a single row of this, then a single row of this, a single row of this, 2 in this, 2 in this, or I might do another row of this, or do it, yeah, see, this is where it's going to have to match, it's going to have to be a proper pattern, because otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. So if I do 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I know what I mean. Next week, hopefully, that will be, yeah. If you've got any ideas, let me know, because it's baffling me at the moment. But it's going to have to be, matchy, because otherwise it will drive me crazy, I think. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much yarn there is, because I won't be getting any more of this, but I will be getting 2 more balls of the drifter in the colourway Boston, and I will be getting that from Lucy, who has just opened her very own yarn shop, and I'm so pleased. She's down in Cornwall, and I'm going to put all of the details to Lucy's shop down in the description bit, in case you happen to be in the area and pop in and say hello to Lucy. She is going to be stocking the drifter, and she contacted me and said, I'll be getting that, and I would much rather buy from an independent store than one of the big box stores. Don't get me wrong, big box stores are great, and they absolutely have a role to fill. But as a former yarn shop owner myself, I think if we can support first and foremost our local independent stores, irrespective of what they may be, butchers, bakers, yarn shops, we keep them. If we don't support them and we don't use them, they're not going to be there. So we can't complain that we don't have them if we don't use them. So take advantage of your local stores and use them. So my local yarn shop is the WoolPatch, which is in Long Melford. They are online, they are on Facebook, and Stuart is an absolute sweetheart and is doing fantastic. And so now Lucy, the other end of the country, has taken the plunge, and it is a scary thing to do, and opened her own shop. I want to support the independents. So Lucy will be sending me, and of course I will be paying for, 2 more balls of the Boston colourway, the drifter and the Boston colourway. So that means I will be able to finish it off nicely. In fact, I might even ask her if she would send me 3 balls, because I want to do a border as well. So that's Purl-a-row, that's Lucy's shop, and I will put all the information down in the description. And it will obviously also be on the website, in the show notes. Are you going? Are you staying? Going or staying? I've got a... No, you're staying, okay. So that's the granny stripe. As I say, if you've got any ideas on variations of yarn usage, bearing in mind I can use more of the bluey grey than I can the orange, but it's going to have to match or be a repetitive pattern that I can see. Let me know. You know what I mean. Oh, yes. Further completed. Well, no, it's completed all by the Kitchener stitch. I have found the grey yarn that I was using, and this is a Wendy Rome in just a plain light grey. I'm sure I told you last time, but I'm knitting them on Knit Pro Zings in a size 3mm and 50, I think it's 54, maybe 56 stitches. So I have completed the said sock, heel flap, gusset, normal toe. I've just got a Kitchen at the end, so I can call this, I think I can call this a half finished object. So I will be casting on the second one today, hopefully, and get those done and out of the way, and then I'll have a finished project, and that will be wonderful. What else have I got going on here? I haven't. They are the projects. The Humulus going beautifully, the crochet blanket starting to take shape, and the pheasant, sorry I didn't tell you the colourway, this is West Yorkshire Spinners pheasant colourway, their sock yarn, also stocked by both Stuart of the WoolPatch and Lucy of Purl-a-row. So I was going to look back and show you a project that I had completed last year, and it's a little bit of a different project. This is a shawl that I knit last year. It's called Changing Staircases, and it is a pattern designed by Dragon Hoard Yarn, and it's on Ravelry. Now this, I mean, it's so lovely. It's super lightweight and very drapey, and I did this with some hand spun, and I'm super proud of it. So I want to do another project like this year. Now, how this started life was as a Jacob sheep fleece. So I had the raw fleece, which I processed. I washed it and dried it and carded it, and then I split it down into its darker. So this is the natural, all natural fleece. So it comes basically, a Jacob is this lovely chocolate, really dark chocolatey brown, and the cream. So I split it into those two main colours, and then I blended 2/3 chocolate, 1/3 cream to get this mid chocolate. It's very difficult to show you actually. Mid chocolate, and then 2/3 cream, 1/3 chocolate to get this paler colour. You can probably see it better if I hold it like that. So yeah, carded it all together, made it into some rolags, and then I span it literally end to end. So I did a chocolate, and then I did the next darkest, and so on and so on and so on. And it went down. And I just span it for the love of spinning it, because it really was a nice project. And I ended up with this ball of yarn that was just, I just loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So then I saw this pattern come up on Ravelry. And it was, for me, it was enough, there's enough interest in the pattern to keep me entertained. But equally, it wasn't too busy that it detracted from the fact that I was going to use hand spun yarn for it. And so I cast it on and literally just knit from the ball, from the skein. Didn't think too much about it. So I started here. So we got this, and then as it went along, and I got these lovely colour changes, and it made just these most amazing stripes, which was completely unintentional. It was not my intention to do that. So happy accident, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is again something that I want to do for myself, because if we can't be selfish when we knit, when can we be? And I want to do something else like this, a full project from fleece, or maybe from fibre. It takes an awful lot of time to process an entire fleece and do all the bits, and like I said last week, I'm going to look after my hands a bit more this year. So I'm going to be doing another project like this, I think. So we'll have some spinning soon. As soon as you off, by then we'll get some spinning done. And yeah, I look forward to making up another project like this. But this, as I said, is the Changing Staircases shawl, designed by Dragon Horde Yarns, and it is available on Ravelry. And it's a really nice pattern. And the thing is, you can excuse me, you can continue to, you just build it. You can, there's no defined, this is where you finish, this is where you bind off. You can just keep going and do as many of the little toothy parts as you like. So that is my Changing Staircases shawl from Handspun. It turned out to be a lace weight. Let's see if I can get that up nice and close. And maybe the darker portion would be easier. And yeah, I'm really, I just love it. I loved everything about it. The whole project was nice, from the spinning, the processing, the spinning, and the knitting of it was a lovely thing to do. So I want to do another project like that this year. Not the same. So as I say, I might just dye some braids of fibre and give it a go with them, see how it works out. But definitely a project. So it's a past project that I want to bring into a future project, which I think would be a nice thing to do. Now, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm sure we've all looked at the very overpriced roses that have been forced to bloom. For us, Valentine's Day is a day that has a slightly different significance. 17 years ago today, we brought Bethany home from hospital. She was born a little over 3 months premature, and we got to bring her home this day 17 years ago. So it's a great day to bring her home, because it's certainly a date that you can't forget. But I'm not a big let's buy flowers. I love flowers. I adore flowers, but red roses, Valentine's, February, no. They don't last 2 minutes and they are ridiculously expensive. And John knows this, and so he did. What did he? He got me this, and it's from Bomb Cosmetics, and it's Jelly Baby. I like Jelly Babies. Look, lovely candle. It smells amazing. So I can't wait till I get that lit. But not only that, I got this little box of, and it says keep calm and have a bath. And in my little box of goodies, I have a Stupid Love bath bomb. I have a Pause for Thought, look, Pause for Thought bath bomb. It smells amazing. And this one is cherry on top. How cute is that? And these are from Bomb Cosmetics. And there's more. There's in here, in this really cute little tub with seashells on, I have a Tippy Toes foot treatment. There you go. Happy Toes, Tippy Toes foot treatment. And I haven't actually opened this. Let's open this and have a sniff. Oh, that smells lovely. Pretty colour. It's like a sea foamy green. It's been blown out slightly by the light. But that smells lovely. I don't know whether he's trying to tell me something about my feet though. But that was those, and there was more. Some bath rocks, which are essentially broken bath bombs, but I just think it's a brilliant idea. The finest handmade aromatherapy cosmetics, and let's say this is Bomb Cosmetics. Bomb Cosmetics. So that was my Valentine's, and I have to say I would rather have that 1,000 times over than overpriced red roses that will be on the floor and looking a bit sorry for themselves by tomorrow morning. So thank you, Mr. G, you are perfect. 28 Days of Love, Cal. It's still going on and we are getting more people involved and it is so lovely. So thank you so much if you have signed up. I know there was a couple of people that were having problems getting on via tablet. I have got no idea why, and I'm so limited to what I can do. I need to have a proper look at it. I've had all sorts of issues with the website this week, as some of you are aware. And what I've had to do is actually take the store part of the website down. So that's no longer there. And the reason for this is because it's such a lovely thing, but it's caused me hours of hair pulling. The traffic to the shop was going over the bandwidth allotted by my provider to that particular element of the site, or something along those lines. So it was getting to the point where people were getting onto the shop, but as soon as they were trying to navigate somewhere on it, it would crash. So you couldn't go any further, and that is really frustrating for me, but also incredibly frustrating for you because it doesn't give you a good service. So I was emailing back and forth with my provider, and they weren't really coming up with a decent solution for the problem. Unless short of me spending a ridiculous amount of money, which I wasn't going to do, because actually I was never really very happy with the functionality of the shop element of the website anyway. I didn't like the navigation of it, and again I was very limited to what I could do with that. So what I have done is I have linked the Etsy shop, which I've had for since 2011. I've linked the Etsy shop to the website. So now when you go onto the website, on the bar across the top, rather than just saying shop, it does actually say Etsy shop, and that will take you directly through to the Fibre Factory UK on Etsy, and you can browse. Actually, it's easier to browse on Etsy, I think, because I can put things into sections much easier than I could on my own actual website. It's a little bit frustrating because Etsy brought in the whole Etsy payment, where if you pay via their payment system, they keep hold of the money and deposit it into your bank account, which is fine, but like most small online businesses, I work with PayPal a huge amount. I pay my wholesale accounts and things all through PayPal. It makes life very, very easy. It keeps all the financial stuff in one place. This way, you have to start transferring and faffing about. But, it's there, it's up, it's running. I know I said that there would be a shop update, and that kind of fell a bit flat because of these issues that I was having with the shop. But since then, I've done a bit of a stock take. I've gathered together all my single skeins of hand-dyed yarn. They are all double knit. Excuse me. Or they're all double knit at the moment. And I am going to be adding those as the day goes on today. And they will be up and available. Thank you to everyone that has already purchased a skein. They are all whooshing out as we speak. So the shop is still there, but it's not the same shop as you were using before. It's now the Etsy shop, exactly the same. It's still me, it's still all the same stuff. It's just that the functionality of the shop that came with my website was useless, and I don't want you to go onto the website and have a useless store. So that's the only change. Obviously, you go over to the website, you can sign up for the 28 days of Love Cal and get posting in there. It's so lovely to have so many people joining in, but keep posting, because it's really wonderful to see people coming on and introducing themselves, and from different countries and all ages, and I just love it. I just think it's absolutely wonderful, and thank you for spending the time with me. Affectionately, from this point on, the podcast will be known as the Oddcast, thanks to Lucy, who, whilst we were chatting back and forth regarding yarns and shops and various bits and pieces, misspelt, and I thought it was hilarious that, it's an oddcast. And do you know what? I think it is. It's not, it's a kind of same as some ish, but I am a bit odd, and I like being odd. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. So it's an oddcast, and thank you, Lucy, for making me chuckle, because I love that. That is just about it for this week. I will continue to crack on with these projects. I do have another cast on that I want to make, and that's for another sweater. I will post about that on the blog for next week. I haven't even posted on the blog this week yet, because it's been such a topsy-turvy week with having to do things with the website. So I will try and get a blog post up before the end of the week, and then I will also put a blog post up about the new sweater make that I'm going to cast on. And also, I apologise profusely, but I did not get the 4th square in the weaving tutorial up this week. It is all recorded. I will get it up as soon as I can, and that square will be changing colours and adding beads all at the same time. So yes, I will get that up for you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you again for being here with me and listening to me waffle on. I've got some really exciting things coming up. I've got a lovely wholesale order for the WoolPatch that I will be starting on this week, and that's for some beautiful single yarns, which I'm really looking forward to. And I've also got a new range of alpaca merino yarn for my shop that's I will be dyeing up very soon. So next week you could see some lovely new dyed yarns that I'd love to show you. And yeah, that's my news. Thank you very much for being here again. I still can't believe that I'm actually sat here doing this, but I am loving it, and I'm loving the fact that you guys are interacting with me, and yeah, I'm really grateful to you for doing that. So subscribe to the channel, give them videos a like, see me on social media. I'm the Fibre Factory UK on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which I still don't know how to use, but I am there. Join in the Cal. Enjoy everything you do this coming week. Show me your projects in the 28 Days of Love Cal, and I will see you next Wednesday for some more coffee. Bye bye.